Thank you and welcome. This is an exciting day for a lot of us. As Bob mentioned, this is an effort that actually started about 2.5 years ago, several rooms over. And it started with a series of roundtables that the former ambassador Brzezinski used to hold called Diversity Dialogues. And I invited an acquaintance of mine, Gisele Mwepu, who is the founder and chairman of the board of International Företagarföreningen i Sverige, IFS, which works with immigrant-owned companies. And it was at that roundtable then that the discussion first started about doing something around this concept of working with large companies to ask them to encourage them to and give them the mechanism to invite immigrant-owned companies into their supply chain.
Ambassador Brzezinski was quite enthusiastic about it, and was recognized by the king for that. Jack, our former public affairs officer, but I think the embassy more broadly was enthusiastic, and it's because what we saw was a practical way that we could actually work to help with integration here, to help with Sweden's challenges in bringing diverse populations and first and second and even third generation Swedes more into the economy in an integrated fashion.
It has been a long journey. Today it's like the day for celebration, because in the beginning we had quite a hard time explaining to the Swedish American corporates what minority supplier programs were about. So I'm thrilled to be here today and see you people participating in this new journey and take off into much broader program.
INT has kind of a double entendre. It's integration and it's international, representing the fact that we have immigrant-owned companies that are at the core of this program. It was because of this, I guess, acceptance that we've had and the brand that IFS has built here in Sweden with its work with immigrant-owned companies that has enabled this. As Raphael mentioned, in the U.S., our experience has been working with companies that are primarily minority or women-owned. And you couldn't not bring that concept to Sweden, where there is no focus on minorities at all. And I think, in fact, would be looked upon as positive särbehandling or reverse discrimination, where the focus would be, say, just on minorities. But the fact that we already have this core program focused on immigrant-owned companies made this whole thing possible. What I found really interesting when I started looking at what other companies were doing, there are already a number of Swedish companies that are doing programs like this, but not in Sweden.
I think it's important to underscore the fact that it's a market-based solution. It's a market-based solution and it's sustainable. And this has been demonstrated in the United States, and I think we have every opportunity to demonstrate that here as well.
Pfizer has been working to try to implement the same kind of projects outside the US. It's a challenge in some markets. Sweden is one of them. But I'm happy to say we're starting with something now today. We know that diversity and inclusion in general is key to create innovation and out-of-the-box thinking. I've seen that in Norris Nybygger when I hear to you two guys. It was really great. And I think it's actually, in the end, it's actually drive a lot of positive financial results, which is kind of, we all want to drive for that. And considering both the challenge and the opportunities that Sweden's relatively large immigrant populations now have, I think int'Link really provides a market-based, sustainable approach to promoting integration and job creation.
What we think int'Link brings to our membership going forward is that it brings a viable framework for companies that are struggling with how do we demonstrate our corporate social responsibility, how do we help support what we know as responsible supply chains or supplier diversity or common terms. There's incredible value to these big corporates too, to be able to meet people that come from these different cultures. Again, think in terms of what the marketplace of Sweden is going to look like in years going forward. It's changing radically right now, and there's going to be a demand for products and services that don't look anything like the traditional ones that those of you who grew up in Sweden were accustomed to.
The program will begin already begun with the pilot since September 2015 until September 2016. In this pilot we will have 60 immigrant-owned companies and 6 corporate. And the main tool in this pilot is the website or the hub, which is called int'Link.se, because this is the tool going to link entrepreneurs, immigrant entrepreneurs and corporates.
The definition of supplier diversity is it applies to all firms or institutions regardless of the business owner's race, color, religion, gender, gender identity expression, sexual orientation, national origin, disability or age. But today we're here to talk about and focusing on immigrant-owned business in Sweden.
What I can say, the challenge we have as as entrepreneur with other technical background than Swedish, the most crucial thing is network. And I can say without network you cannot succeed. To be successful in business, you need a strong network with people and organizations that believe in you. Without that, you cannot do anything. This is even more important and crucial for a female entrepreneur like me, with my multicultural and ethnical background. int'Link is a good and relevant network to support and help entrepreneurs with another ethnical background in building their network with established Swedish companies. Here I am today, meeting all of you, distinguished guests present in this room. It's not so easy to get that opportunity. It's difficult to be recognized as entrepreneur at national level, unfortunately. Especially if you have another ethnical origin or background and Swedish. Because many times you don't have this strong network. I'm really happy and thankful to get this opportunity today to be able to tell you that. And I'm really thankful to IFS. Thank you for this.
I stand here today as a CPO of IBM Sweden, and it is my part of the organization that holds the responsibility for both selecting the best supplier and assuring IBM is getting the fair value for the price. We commit to provide equal opportunities to all suppliers. That's what Mats and I and the others are doing every day. As of today, we have seen that 1 out of 5 new companies in Sweden are owned by an immigrant. As such, I think it's important and critical that ambitious, skilled ethnic minority entrepreneurs, some of them are here today, has access to opportunities they may not ordinarily be aware of in order to compete for large corporate contracts. And this is such a great initiative, and we are thrilled to be in the forefront to support and drive this project forward. But we also need other large corporates to recognize the commercial value and advantages of a more inclusive supply chain, as well as the knock-on effect and benefits that a minority supplier can deliver on the wider communities. Let's pretend we stand here in a few years' time and we are joined by other CPOs representing large corporates in Sweden, and that movement may actually have a serious impact on Sweden's economic growth for generations to come. That's what I truly believe. That's why I'm here today.